How are you, Grandpa?
Get your jewelry off. Get your jewelry off. Tyler.
Took it off on the bus.
Tyler. You're running for Casey. Let's get out. Yeah.
Go, Cal. I took my jewelry off on the bus. Right.
Yeah. Hey, find a way on to start fast.
Wait, are you after me, Braxton? Oh, you on you good.
Sending me home. Something I did.
Where's Bracken? Bracken.
Hey folks, and welcome to another beautiful morning down here in St. George, Utah as part of the Desert Hills AHS Incorporated Open. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in their second matchup in this tournament up against the Cedar Reds today. Again, this is the first game today, so today being Friday, and then two more games coming up for you tomorrow morning, one at 9 o'clock and another one at 11:30. Those games will be against Mountain Crest and Foothill. This game actually set, as you've noticed, to start a little bit early today. We're starting at 11:15 as opposed to 11:30. So hopefully you caught the update and are watching with us and telling all your friends and all your family to tune in now as opposed to 15 minutes from now, just so you can get the start of the game as we get to see Maple Mountain getting in their warm-ups. It is Mike Bennett on the mound today for the Golden Eagles. Oh, my apologies. Mike Bennett was on the mound yesterday in relief. This is Corbin Bailey currently starting this game here for the Golden Eagles. Starting things off for the Reds is going to be Calvin Slack. It will then be Braxton Torres and Kason Crandall. As that one is in there for the first pitch of the game. It is strike one to Slack. Maple Mountain in the first game of this tournament took the loss to Desert Hills last night on the score of 8-6 as that one is taken upstairs for ball one. So count now 1-1 to Slack. This is the first game of the tournament for the Reds. They are coming into this game 0-4, still looking for their first victory of the season as that one is going to be another ball. Count moving now to 2-1. For Maple Mountain, they've lost their last three games and are looking at a 2-3 record so far in the 2022 season, hoping to right the ship here in St. George and hopefully take the win here against the Reds and get a couple wins as well against Mountain Crest and Foothill tomorrow, as that one is waved at by Slack for strike two. Slack, the shortstop for the Reds. 2-2 pitch upcoming. He will watch that one right at eye level, as the count is now full. Slack, one of the better performers on this Cedar Reds team. So he slaps that one out into right field. And it is going to be just foul, giving chase out there and losing his hat. Is the Maple Mountain right fielder Bennett Averett trying to track that one down in foul territory, and Slack will make his way back to the plate. Lineup for today for the Reds is Calvin Slack, Braxton Torres, Kason Crandall, Coulter Bunnell, Lawson Black, Brecken Campbell, Payson Briggs, Brock Anderson, and TJ Carter. And then they have Matt Hazard on the mound today. So 3-2 pitch. It's laced out into center field, and it is going to be down for a base hit. A leadoff single to start this ball game for the Cedar Reds off the bat of Calvin Slack. Good piece of hitting right there in the gap between center and right field. Just drops into the nice shallow part of the outfield. And one runner on here in the top of the first for the Cedar Reds, and it brings up Braxton Torres, the center fielder for Cedar. Little pickoff move. There were a lot of those in yesterday's ball game against Desert Hills. It seems like that is a point of emphasis for Maple Mountain, is making sure that they limit the damage on the base pass by the other teams. That one is going to be fouled away by Torres, so count now 0-1. They did successfully pick off one of the Desert Hills players last night on a very nifty pickoff move, and then able to chase him down and tag him out. That one is going to just miss. Moves the count now to 1-1.
Here we go, Braxton. Let's go, Brax. There you go, Braxton. Let's go, Braxton. Let's go, Brax.
So here comes that 1-1 offering. Instead, it'll be another pickoff move. Tossed on over to first base. Braxton Torres on the season, batting .556. Again, we are early in the season, but still impressive nonetheless. Certainly would love to see him keep up that production as the season goes along, as that one is going to miss upstairs, so count now moving to 2-1. That one just misses. Looks like it was right at about chest height, but must have been just a bit outside, so count moves to 3-1 after that pitch. Braxton Torres up for the Cedar Reds in the top of the first. It's Calvin Slack over there at first base after a leadoff single sprayed out into shallow center. Yeah, another throw over. Unable to get him on that one.
Go, 2-2, then up, right.
So again, it's Corbin Bailey on the mound today for the Golden Eagles. Jackson Hollingshouse getting the start in last night's game. Things slapped over towards second base. Great play over there by Mike Bennett, and that will be the first out of the ball game. Bailey able to induce the ground ball out, and it does move Slack over to second base. So now a runner in scoring position in the top of the first for the Cedar Reds. Brings up Kason Crandall. Crandall, another important bat in this Cedar Reds lineup, currently batting .600 on the season. That one is in there for a strike. Great pitch from Bailey. Crandall, the catcher for the Cedar Reds in this ball game. A little bit of a quieter atmosphere as opposed to yesterday's game, with the Desert Hills contingent coming out strong, as well as the Maple Mountain contingent as well yesterday. But with the earlier times, and then we also had some softball going on the other field that was also creating a lot of noise. So just a lot more of a raucous atmosphere as opposed to this morning, where we've got a little bit of a calmer vibe to the ballpark today. This thing crushed out to left field, but it is on a line, and it will be caught over there for out number 2. Well hit ball there by Crandall, but unfortunately for him, hit right in the direction of Caleb Chandler. That is going to be out number 2 for the Reds here in the top of the first. Brings up their cleanup hitter, Coulter Bunnell. Coulter playing third base for the Cedar Reds. Coulter also with the lone home run on the season so far for the Reds. As that ball is going to be behind the shortstop, it will leak out into the outfield, but not far enough for Slack to advance. That particular pickoff move bouncing right in the dirt in front of A.J. Thomas. So potential first pitch here upcoming to Bunnell. That one is going to just miss for ball one. So Bunnell on the season, .355 average, and again that home run. So key part of the Reds lineup, and only a sophomore, so looking to be a key part of the Reds lineup for many years to come. 1-0 pitch upcoming here from Bailey. There will be a time called. Again, much like last night's game, some of these hitters and pitchers moving at a bit of a more methodical pace than others. Pitch goes in the dirt, but nice job by Maple Mountain's catcher to keep that one down. Great job by Dax DeWitt, knocking that ball down. So count is 2-0 to Bunnell with 2 outs here in the top of the first. Does have a runner in scoring position. Calvin Slack leading off this inning with a single out to shallow center. Another pickoff move, and once again squirts past the glove of Thomas. This one only makes its way over towards second base, though. It doesn't get too dangerous there, so once again Slack able to be held up there at second base. Looks like Thomas and Bailey not always on the same page there with that pickoff move at second base, which might lead Slack to feel like he can have a bit of a more generous lead. Snaps in there for a strike, catches that lower part of the plate. Count now moving to 2-1 on Bunnell. Bailey hoping to put up a 0 on the scoreboard here in inning number 1 for the Golden Eagles. That one is going to miss upstairs, so nice hitters count here for Coulter Bunnell at 3-1. For the Reds, they would love to cash in on that runner on second base. Bunnell can get a base hit here and get them on the scoreboard early. That will certainly give them a bit of a lift. Again, the Reds coming into this game 0-4 would love to obviously be able to get a W on the season. Best way to do that would be to strike here early in this early morning matchup on Spanish Fork 17. As Bunnell takes the walk, very patient approach from the cleanup hitter for the Reds. Brings up Lawson Black for Cedar. Lawson playing second base today for the Reds. Big opportunity here with runners on first and second and 2 outs in the first. That one is in there for a strike. Solid pitch on that outside part of the plate by Bailey. So nothing fancy so far here from Bailey, but pitching a solid first inning here for the Golden Eagles. Would love to be able to strand these runners. So the count now evens up at 1-1. And Maple Mountain having to burn through 3 pitchers in their game against Desert Hills. So certainly hoping that Bailey will be able to give them several innings in this ball game. Count is now 2-1 after that low pitch to Lawson Black. Slack on second base and Bunnell on first. 2 outs here in the top of the first. Time is called. Probably unfortunate there for the Golden Eagles, as that looked like it was potentially a strike, but Time was indeed called before the pitch was thrown, so good call there by the umpire. So again, count 2-1 to Lawson Black. Early scoring opportunity here for the Cedar Reds against the Golden Eagles. This one has popped up in the sky. DeWitt giving chase. It will be beyond his reach, though, and foul. Count now evens up at 2-2 after the foul ball by Black. For Bailey, he is one strike away from putting up a 0 frame here in the top of the first. The 2-2 pitch. It's going to be low. So the count is now full to Lawson Black. A very patient approach from most of the batters here in the Cedar Reds lineup. This is the third batter in this lineup so far that has taken Bailey to at least a 3-1 count, if not a full count. Runners going, and it will be another walk issued by Bailey here in inning number 1. So a leadoff single by Slack and back-to-back walks by Bunnell and Black have loaded the bases up here in the top of the first inning. It will be Brecken Campbell coming up in a big situation here in the first inning. An opportunity to start this game off right if you're the Cedar Reds. Base hit most likely bringing in 2 runs and giving you a early lead here in this ball game. This one slapped up the middle, and it will indeed be down for a base hit. Ends up squirting past Hollingshouse a little bit out there in center field, and 2 runs will come across. Big hit there by Brecken Campbell to get things rolling for the Cedar Reds. Calvin Slack and Coulter Bunnell will come across on that one. Big 2 RBI single there by Brecken Campbell to start the game and start the scoring here for the Cedar Reds. So now stepping up to the plate is Payson Briggs. That one is going to miss for ball 1. So that seems to be the theme in this particular ball game. Not being able to find the plate. Another pickoff move over there to first base. Nothing doing, though. And runners on the corners here with 2 outs in the top of the first inning. Cedar getting a 2-run single by Brecken Campbell. That one is in there for a strike. So count 1-1 to Payson Briggs. So Lawson Black at third. Brecken Campbell at first. Another strike there for Bailey. Count now 1-2. Needing a quality pitch here to get him out of this inning. Hit over to first base. Nice. Glove work over there at first base. Good job there by Cody Erickson to scoop that one up. That is going to end the top of the first. 2 runs coming across on a 2-run single by Brecken Campbell as the Cedar Reds drop first blood in this ball game. 2-0 as we head on over to the bottom half of the first inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. That is Lance Wilson, State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T, Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, Attorneys at Law, Clegg Auto, and 2 Jacks Pizza. Of course, we'd like to remind you as well that these games are being broadcast on our YouTube page. That is youtube.com/SpanishFork17. If you hit that subscribe button and become a part of our Spanish Fork 17 family, you will get live updates so you'll know when ball games are starting, just like this one. For those of you that are joining us right now, it's now 11:32. This ball game actually started at 11:15, and had you have been a subscriber, you might have gotten that update. And so all the more reason to click that subscribe button and join our Spanish Fork 17 family. Again, that's youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17. Yeah. Getting all warmed up here for the Reds is their starting pitcher. It will be Matt Hazard on the mound for them. Hazard has made an appearance in this season. Fortunately for him, it was a brief one, only pitched a third of an inning and gave up a home run in that particular appearance. So certainly would like better results here in his second appearance of the season, but getting an opportunity to start here in this ball game, and he'll be facing a Maple Mountain lineup that put up 6 runs last night on the Desert Hills Thunder. Gave the Thunder a run for their money in Game 1 of this tournament, but unfortunately for the Golden Eagles, falling short, but certainly not because of their offense. The offense came out in full force, including a 3-run home run last night by Dax DeWitt, who you will be seeing here batting third in this inning, as Mike Bennett shows bunt on that one and pulls it back for ball 1. It will be Mike Bennett, Jackson Hollingshouse, and Dax DeWitt due up here in the bottom half of the first inning for the Golden Eagles. That one going to be in the dirt and scooped up, so count moves now to 2-0. Bennett with a nice play over there at second base in the top half of the first inning. He shows bunt again. This one is going to be in there, though, for a strike, so count moving to 2-1. Again, Maple Mountain on the season 2-3, currently on a 3-game losing streak. As they lost last night's game against Desert Hills. This thing sent out into right field, and a little bit of a dangerous play out there, and right almost sailed over the glove of the Reds right fielder. Looks like he didn't quite get the right beat on that one, but he does come up with it, as that will be the first out of the inning. And a line shot there by Mike Bennett. Digging in now is the center fielder for the Golden Eagles, Jackson Hollingshouse. Hollingshouse, the starter in last night's game against Desert Hills, and he will look at that slow-moving curveball for strike 1. And I think that just absolutely just fooled him. It was so slow-moving, it's like, do I swing at it? I don't know. As he checks his swing on that one and evens up the count at 1-1. Hollingshouse, one of the few holdovers from last year's state runner-up team, was one of the main starters on that squad, as that one is going to be a little bit of chin music, high and tight there. Count moving now to 2-1. And Maple Mountain losing to their rival Spanish Fork in the 5A state tournament last year. So hoping to defend their runner-up position here this season, but losing a lot of key contributors from that squad. But one of those key contributors is the guy currently at the plate, as he waves at that one and fouls it away. Count evens up here once again at 2-2. Dax DeWitt due up for the Golden Eagles, and Bennett Averett in the hole. Hold off on that breaking ball that just didn't quite break back into the strike zone. Count now full on Hollingshouse.
Let's go, Matt. Good spot for me. Attaboy.
Fouls that one away. Able to just get a piece of that high fastball. Again, Maple Mountain, the home team in this particular ball game. They were the visitors in yesterday's ball game against Desert Hills. They will be the home team in tomorrow's early matchup, as Hollingshouse laces that one out into left field for a base hit. It will squirt past the left fielder, but nice job of backing that one up. So it'll be a one-out single here in the bottom half of the first inning for Jackson Hollingshouse. Great piece of hitting, able to take that pitch and just slap it out into the outfield. Brings up power hitter Dax DeWitt for the Golden Eagles. He hit a 3-run home run in yesterday's game against the Thunder that created some thunder in terms of it actually hit the top of the fence and then caused such a ruckus amongst the Desert Hills contingent as Hollingshouse slides back in. Ended up hitting the top of the fence, which was a point of contention for the Thunder contingent and especially their coach. So they weren't quite sure if it hit any part of the black part of that center field fence, which it didn't. It did end up bouncing back into the field of play, which had it have hit the black would have meant that it would have probably been just a double. Instead, it was a 3-run home run. That one spiked into the dirt, but nice job there to scoop that one up. Been a bit of a busy day in some ways back there for Case and Crandall. A lot of pitches in the dirt for Matt Hazard so far. Another low one there to Dax DeWitt. The count now moves to 3-1 on the big power hitter for the Golden Eagles. Another one in the dirt, and DeWitt will take the walk. Good patient approach from the Golden Eagles catcher. So now 2 runners on with 1 out here in the bottom half of the first inning. Brings up cleanup hitter Bennett Averett for the Golden Eagles. Averett out in right field today for Maple Mountain. Averett made a relief appearance on the mound last night in the Desert Hills game. Now with an opportunity here to provide some offense for the Golden Eagles. They will step off the mound and have a conversation with his catcher. While they're conversing, have a little bit of time to go over the lineup here. So Mike Bennett batting first, Jackson Hollingshouse. Following him, Dax DeWitt, Bennett Averett, Cody Erickson, Cooper Rollins, Corbin Bailey, Caleb Chandler, and A.J. Thomas in the lineup today for the Golden Eagles. Another one in the dirt. And Crandall doing a good job of getting his glove down and making sure that nothing squirts past him and using that chest protector. As the count is 1-0 here to Bennett Averett. This one slapped foul and right in front of the face of our camera crew. So that one right there by the Cedar Reds dugout. Nice little line shot there by Averett. Evens up the count at 1-1. So 2 on here for the Golden Eagles in the bottom half of the first inning. And he's going to get hit by the pitch. A slow-moving breaking ball that looks like it just kind of squirted away there from Hazard. Ends up being a bit of a hazard for Bennett Averett as he gets hit by that pitch. And now the bases are loaded for the Golden Eagles, just like they were earlier in the top of the first for the Reds. So big opportunity here in the bottom half of the first inning for Cody Erickson, playing first base today for the Golden Eagles and batting fifth. Waves at that one for strike one. Looks like Erickson was maybe just a tick too anxious on that particular pitch and was just a bit ahead of it. So Hollingshouse on third, DeWitt on second, Averett at first, And then this one, he is behind the high fastball. So early hole here for Cody Erickson at 0-2. Hazard certainly aware of the situation, knowing that this is a dangerous spot for him in the bottom half of the first inning. Would like to preserve this lead for the Reds. Wow, pitched so hard his hat came off. Trying to dial it up just a little bit extra there as the count moves to 1-2 after that pitch. Big spot here for Erickson. 1-2 pitch coming. And he's going to take that one and evens up the count at 2-2. That one just barely missing the top part of the strike zone. So 2-2 count here to Cody Erickson with the bases loaded in the bottom half of the first inning. 2-0 score. Reds over the Golden Eagles so far. Able to time up the curveball, but hits it foul. So stays alive here in this count, 2-2. One of the Golden Eagles wins earlier in this season was to this very same Cedar Reds club. That game ending on a score of 10-7. That one snaps in there for strike 3. Great pitch. Absolutely great pitch there by Matt Hazard. Freezes him up there on the breaking pitch. Gets himself an out away of getting out of this bases loaded jam. It will be Cooper Rollins now stepping up to the plate for the Golden Eagles. Rollins at third base today for Maple Mountain. Really still a big opportunity here in the bottom half of the first inning to try to even up this score. Kason Crandall once again showing off the defensive skills behind the plate. Count moving to 1-0. 2-0 lead here for the Reds over the Golden Eagles early on in this ball game. Again, it is the bottom half of the first inning. If you are just joining us, this game started a little bit early today at 11:15 just to try to get ahead of the schedule today, as that one is going to miss up high for ball 2. Giving you an idea of the rest of the tournament, we've got Foothill up against Mountain Crest in the next ball game today. Then is Mountain Crest versus Cedar, and then the nightcap in today's tournament will be Foothill versus Desert Hills, as that one is in the dirt, and Cooper Rollins has worked his way to a 3-0 count. Tomorrow's schedule, it will be a 9 a.m., I guess, pitch-off for Maple Mountain against Mountain Crest. And then ball game following that one against Foothill, who's traveling out from Nevada. Taking all the way. That one in there for a strike, so 3-1 count now to Cooper Rollins. Big opportunity here for the number 6 hitter in this Maple Mountain lineup, and he will watch it, and he will bring in a run with that patient approach. They are making Hazard pitch, and it is working so far here for the Golden Eagles. That is the second walk issued to the Golden Eagles in the early part of this ball game. We'll bring in Hollingshouse. DeWitt now over there at third base, Averett at second, and now Cooper Rollins at first base. That one in there for a strike to Corbin Bailey. So the score now 1-2 after the RBI bases loaded walk by Cooper Rollins, and Corbin Bailey now up for the Golden Eagles. Hoping to keep this little 2-out rally going. That one will be upstairs for ball 1. Bailey, the usual shortstop for the Golden Eagles. It will be A.J. Thomas in today for him at that spot. They certainly could use Bailey's arm and Bailey's bat in this particular ball game. That curveball just missing. The vantage point from here felt like that one probably could have been called a strike, and certainly that's what the Cedar Reds contingent wanted, but goes down as a ball, so count moving to 2-1. Tries to frame that one up. Instead, it will be a good hitter's count here for Corbin Bailey, 3-1. So 2 outs in the bottom of the first inning. The score 2-1, a one-run advantage for Cedar over Maple Mountain in this one. But Maple Mountain threatening here with the bases loaded. The 2-1 from the 3-1 from Hazard is in there for a strike, so he's able to battle his way back, and the count is now full to Corbin Bailey. Caleb Chandler due up next here for the Golden Eagles. Big RBI opportunity here for the number 7 hitter in Maple Mountain's lineup. Would love to put his team in the lead with one swing of the bat. He is unable to check his swing, and that is going to be strike 3. So 2 strikeouts for Matt Hazard in this one. Able to strand 3 runners, leaves the bases loaded. Maple Mountain does get one across. You score 2-1 as we head on over to the second inning, which we'll get to when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is inning 2 of the second game of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. It is the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Cedar Reds. The score 2-1. 2 runs coming across for the Reds off of an RBI single by Breck and Campbell. For the Golden Eagles, it was a bases-loaded walk by Corbin Bailey, and then unfortunately for the Golden Eagles, they left the bases loaded. Unable to fully cash in on that opportunity, but we're able to cut into the lead a little bit, as it will be Corbin Bailey once again on the mound, coming in for inning number 2 as this thing is fouled away by Brock Anderson. Brock Anderson, TJ Carter, and Calvin Slack due up in this inning for the Reds. That is a great pitch there. His count moves to 0-2. Good placement there by Corbin Bailey. He gets him down on strikes. Great pitch there by Corbin Bailey, his first strikeout of the ball game. So 3 quick strikes to start things off here for Corbin Bailey in the top half of the second inning. 1 out brings up designated hitter TJ Carter for the Cedar Reds. He will wave at that one for strike 1. TJ Carter batting 9th in the lineup for the Cedar Reds. It will be the top of the order coming back up for Cedar. After him, Calvin Slack and then Braxton Torres. That one low and in the dirt. Count now 1-1. So a solid, patient approach from all of the batters thus far in this particular ball game, as that one is fouled away. Count is now 1-2. It's like both pitchers are usually working pretty deep into counts against all of these hitters. Just kind of waiting for the pitch that they like. 1-2 upcoming. It will be low. And there's a perfect example of that. Does not chase at that 1-2 pitch, so the count moves to 2-2. Once again, trying to get him to chase at something low. Instead, the count moves to 3-2 on the number 9 hitter for the Reds. Hoping to start things off right here in the top half of the second inning. And the score 2-1. 1-run advantage right now for the Reds over the Golden Eagles. Able to spoil that pitch. It was a pretty good one there by Bailey, getting that low inside part of the plate, but does a good job of getting just a piece of it and staying alive here. Count is still full on TJ Carter. TJ Carter without a hit thus far on the season in 8 at-bats. He is able to foul that one away. Battling here. For Maple Mountain, it is always a treat to be able to be down here in St. George and play in this this tournament in Desert Hills, as that one is slapped. That's going to be his first hit of the season. TJ Carter slaps that one out into center field. And it's another leadoff single for the Reds. Seemed to work out pretty well for them in inning number 1 with Calvin Slack getting a leadoff single. So we'll see what they're able to do with this leadoff single by TJ Carter. So Calvin Slack back up for the Reds. Had that leadoff single in the first inning and was one of the 2 Reds to come across. That is a very animated safe from the field umpire. As, man, that was probably the loudest thing I've heard all morning. So he is indeed safe over there at first base off the pickoff attempt. Throw over once again. It is a less animated safe call this time. There's now some comments about both of these jerseys are very, very clean, but in particular the Reds jerseys are mostly white, and so you keep sliding and your jersey's going to turn more brown as opposed to white. And certainly you're seeing that evidence on Carter's jersey, and you see it on Slack's jersey as well. Some big dirt marks so far, but that just means that you're playing ball, so it's almost a badge of courage more than anything else. Another pickoff throw over there, and another nice and quiet safe call there from the field umpire. So count still 1-0 here to Calvin Slack with no outs in the bottom half of the first inning. That is 1 out in the bottom half of the second, with Anderson getting struck out. Count now 2-0 to Slack. Desert Hills hoping to improve on their 2-3 record and snap their 3-game losing streak. Their last win coming against these very same Cedar Reds. That one is absolutely in the dirt, and Slack just kind of swinging at it with no abandon. It does advance Carter over to second base. Will go down as a stolen base for him. But yeah, not the best of swings there from Calvin Slack, as they once again are just really occupied with the runners on base. Lots of pickoff moves being made. The count is still 2-1 on Calvin Slack. Does have a runner in scoring position now in the bottom half of the second inning. Still with 1 out, an opportunity to extend their lead. 2-1 pitch. It is sent out into right field. Averett giving chase, but once again in foul territory and unable to catch up to it. So count now moves to 2-2 on Slack. At bat number 1 was a good one for Calvin Slack, able to slap a single out into shallow center field. And one of the 2 runs that have scored for the Reds so far, with an opportunity to bring in an RBI here with the base hit. 2-2 pitch up coming from Bailey. He's able to check his swing, and looks like they are going to call that one a ball. That one looks like it was right at the letters. Even Slack kind of acted like it might have been a strike, but instead it moves the count to 3-2. That one in the dirt. DeWitt does a nice job of scooping it up, but Slack able to battle back and take the walk, as now 2 runners are on in the top half of the second inning for the Cedar Reds. Carter at second base, and now Calvin Slack over at first after the walk. Brings up Braxton Torres. Torres grounded out to second in his first at bat. Bailey would certainly love a repeat of that, as a ground ball to second might potentially be a double play in this situation. That one in there for strike 1. Just taking a look at the 5A Region 8 standings. Salem Hills sitting at 4-1 on the season. Spanish Fork 3-1. Springville 2-2. Maple Mountain Golden Eagles at 2-3. Provo 1-2, and Wasatch 1-3, as that one is waved at. Count now moving to 0-2 on Torres. And in the 4A Region 10, which is where Cedar is, and Desert Hills as well, it's Crimson Cliffs at 5-0, Pineview at 6-0, Dixie and Hurricane at 4-1, Snow Canyon 3-1, Desert Hills at 2-3, and the Cedar Reds at 0-4. As another one squirts just past DeWitt, but not far enough for the runners to advance. So count 1-2 to Torres. Again, runners on first and second. 1 out here in the top half of the second inning. Good patient approach here from Torres, able to battle back. Count now 2-2. Bailey hoping to settle things down on the mound after giving up 2 runs in the first inning. Again, 3 pitchers coming into the ball game last night for the Golden Eagles. Would love to ease the burden a little bit on the pitching staff, as there's a couple more games in this tournament. That one just misses. And we've got yet another full count here for the Reds. It's the 5th full count already in this ball game, as they are really, really making Bailey work very deep into the count. So full count pitch upcoming. He's going to be in the dirt, and it's another walk. So 2 straight walks here in inning number 2. And it once again loads the bases up. This looks pretty similar to inning number 1, kind of eerily similar in ways to inning number 1, as now Carter sits over there at third base, Slack at second, and Torres over at first. It's the 4th walk already issued in this ball game by Corbin Bailey, hence prompting the mound visit here, trying to get him settled down and throwing strikes, as that's been difficult so far here for Bailey. A lot of pitches missing low in the zone, and when he's not missing low in the zone, it's riding just a little bit too high. So just trying to find that happy medium and find a way to hopefully get himself to calm down enough here to get through this inning and then have a fresh frame in the third. And again, they really could use a couple more innings out of Corbin Bailey if they can get them. It'll be the number 3 hitter in the Cedar Reds lineup coming up now, Kason Crandall. hit a line shot out to left field that was caught in inning number 1. Some hard contact could potentially produce a couple runs here. That one in there for a strike. And Crandall coming into this one as one of the key contributors in this Cedar Reds lineup. And it's situations like this that are going to be the hallmark of being the number 3 hitter in the lineup. As he's going to watch that one. And the count now moves to 1-1. So 1 out in the top half of the second inning. Reds with a 2-1 lead over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, but a big opportunity here with the bases loaded once again. That one's going to be in there for a strike. Bailey able to paint the black there of the plate. Just finding that outside corner. Count now 1-2 to Crandall. The 1-2 is slapped over to first base. He will tag the bag, and that is going to be all that he's going to be able to do, unfortunately, for the Golden Eagles. So it will be an RBI ground out for Cason Crandall. And it will advance Torres and Slack over to second and third as TJ Carter scores on the RBI ground out by Cason Crandall. So the score now 3-1 in favor of the Cedar Reds with 2 outs here in the bottom half, the top half of the second inning. That one in there for a strike to Coulter Bunnell. Bunnell took a walk in inning number 1 and ended up scoring on the Breck and Campbell 2-run single. Big RBI opportunity here for the cleanup hitter in the Reds lineup. Oh, what a call there. Good job there by Thomas to recognize that Braxton Torres was taking too big of a lead. They are able to pick him off over there at second base, and that's how the top half of this inning is going to end. Cedar does get one more run across on the RBI ground out by Cason Crandall, but they leave the bases loaded here in the top half of the second inning. Good job by Bailey to kind of get out of a bigger jam than he had. As we head on over to the bottom half of the second inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That is Two Jacks Pizza, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. Again, a absolutely beautiful morning down here in St. George, Utah. Yesterday was a little bit on the chillier side. I actually came down here with short sleeves and had to throw my jacket on because it got a little brisk at last night's game. This weather, on the other hand, is absolutely gorgeous. The sun is absolutely shining. It's I think right now in the upper 60s, getting close to the 70s. It's just absolutely beautiful weather for baseball. And we are so glad that you're tuning in and watching it with us here on Spanish Fork 17 as we get to see the Cedar Reds warming up here for the bottom half of the second. Starting things off here for the Golden Eagles is going to be Caleb Chandler, be A.J. Thomas, and then the top of the order once again in Mike Bennett for Maple Mountain, hoping to cut into this lead or maybe even tie it or take the lead here in the bottom half of the second. Again, your score 3-1 after the RBI ground out by Cason Crandall, extending the lead for the Reds. Hazard with his first pitch of inning number 2 is going to miss just inside for ball 1 to Caleb Chandler. Caleb Chandler in last night's game had a couple of bunt singles that I was all about that stuff. You just don't see a lot of guys laying down bunts for base hits anymore, and he laid down 2 beauties in last night's game. I wonder if he has an encore presentation for us in this morning's ball game. We'll see what happens. 1-1 offering. Another slow curveball. That one is going to miss, though. Count moves to 2-1. Hazard has a very interesting pitch mix here with that curveball. He's got a pretty fast, primary pitch there with his fastball, and then he comes in with this kind of slow looping curveball that if the batter's not expecting it, it's not only does it got movement to it, but it's also just quite a bit slower, and just that change of velocity can really get to a hitter. But he's got to be able to locate it a little bit better. Count is 3-1 here to Caleb Chandler. That one snaps in there for a strike. Chandler thought he had the walk. Instead, he's got to get himself back in the batter's box here with a full count. A.J. Thomas due up next here for Maple Mountain, and Mike Bennett in the hole for the Golden Eagles. Oh, gets him waving at the high heat for strike 3. 3 strikeouts now in the ball game for Matt Hazard. A mostly patient approach there by Caleb Chandler, but then falls for the high cheese there by Matt Hazard for out number 1 here at the bottom of the second inning. It's now A.J. Thomas digging in for the Golden Eagles, playing shortstop today in place of Corbin Bailey, who is on the mound, and that's a great pitch there by Hazard for strike 1. As you can see, Thomas does not have a very big strike zone. But he's got some pop in his bat, though, as he slaps that one over to second base. Sends it on a line, and it is caught. So out number 2 in inning number 2 for the Golden Eagles. It's a nice play over there by Lawson Black to snag that line drive by A.J. Thomas. Top of the order back up here for the Golden Eagles. Mike Bennett 0 for 1 in this ball game. Lined a shot out to right field in his first at bat. He will see that one in the dirt for ball 1. Again, game number 2 here of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down in beautiful St. George, Utah. Count moving to 1-1 on Bennett. Game 3 for the Golden Eagles will be tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. against Mountain Crest. It'll be part of a double header for them as the count now moves to 2-1 on Bennett. That second game with a start time of 11:30 against Foothill. Always a great litmus test here at the start of the season for the Golden Eagles, coming down here to St. George and playing some fun non-region games. Count is 3-1 to Mike Bennett with 2 outs here in the bottom of the second. And he's going to take a walk. That has been a big storyline in this ball game, has been the walks. 4 issued by the Golden Eagles, and this is now the 3rd one issued by the Reds. Free base runners often leads to trouble. That one is going to be high and tight for ball 1 to Jackson Hollingshouse. Hollingshouse slapped a single in his first at bat and is the lone Golden Eagle to score in this game. Scored on the bases loaded walk by Cooper Rollins. He's unable to check his swing. They do get Mike Bennett over to second base. Good jump there by Bennett. He steals second and gets himself into scoring position for big run producer in Hollingshouse. Count is even up here at 1-1. That one in the dirt. Nice job to see that he had an opportunity to advance. Bennett now over to third base. The wild pitch there by Matt Hazard. That one off the chest protector of Crandall. Has been a busy day back there for the backstop. So count 2-1. Hollingshouse gets a piece of that one, and it evens up the count here at 2-2. So 2-2 count with 2 outs in the bottom half of the second inning. The score 3-1, a 2-run deficit for the Golden Eagles. But with an opportunity with a runner 90 feet away, Hollingshouse checks his swing. Count is now 3-2 to the Golden Eagles center fielder. Again, Hollingshouse tied for second on this ball club last year in RBIs. So was a big run producer in last year's lineup that was the runner-up in the 5A state tournament. And they certainly need him to continue to be that guy as he takes a walk. And now both teams have issued 4 walks thus far in the ball game. So both teams taking a very patient approach at the plate, and thus far it has been paying off for them. Both teams drawing 4 walks, and now digging in is Dax DeWitt for the Golden Eagles. He will take that one for a strike. DeWitt, one of those Golden Eagles that has taken a walk, was left stranded there at third base as part of that first inning where the bases were still loaded. Opportunity to cash in here with runners on the corners. Count moving to 1-1 after that pitch. Dax DeWitt with the 3-run bomb in last night's game. Not necessarily needing that right now, but a base hit would cut into this lead. Sent high into the sky. Pop up there towards second base. Lawson Black able to make the play out there at second base. So runners on first and third get stranded. Your score 3-1 in favor of the Reds over the Golden Eagles. We'll get you the third inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to Two Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to Two Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, inning number 3 of game number 2 of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. The Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Cedar Reds. The score is 3-1 in favor of Cedar. Able to extend their lead in the second inning. Got an RBI ground out from Kason Crandall to continue the scoring for the Reds. Maple Mountain held scoreless in the second inning. Once again, left runners on base. The bases loaded in inning number 1. Left runners on the corners in inning number 2. As we see Corbin Bailey finishing up warm-ups here for inning number 3. Hoping for better results here in inning number 3 than his first 2 innings. But still, Maple Mountain very squarely in this ballgame, though, as they are only down by 2 here in the top half of the third. And the first pitch is in there for a strike. Great pitch there to Coulter Bunnell, who was up in the second inning, but They are able to pick off Braxton Torres over there at second base to end the inning. So another opportunity here for Bunnell to be able to hit. The count is now 1-1 to the cleanup hitter for the Cedar Reds. That one in the dirt. Count now moving to 2-1. It'll be Coulter, Bunnell, Lawson Black, and Breck and Campbell due up for the Reds in inning number 3. Batters 4, 5, and 6 in their lineup. 2-1 pitch up coming from Bailey. He's going to slap this one out into center field. Hollingshouse giving chase. He hits it to the deepest part of the ballpark, right over there by the 350 mark. And Hollingshouse with not a ton of room back there. He was basically right up on the fence. So absolute crush shot there by Coulter Bunnell. Just unfortunately not quite enough on it. So that will be out number 1 in top half of the third. Now be Lawson Black up for the Reds. He will wave at that high pitch for strike 1. Black took a walk in the first inning and was left over there at third base. This thing's going to be well over the head of A.J. Thomas and down in center field for a base hit. Lawson Black with a walk in inning number 1 and now a single here in inning number 3. Doing his job there in that 5 spot in the lineup. Has been on base in both of his at-bats. Now brings up Brecken Campbell, who has the best hit of this ball game, a 2-run single. That one kisses the inside part of the plate for strike 1. Payson Briggs due up next here for the Cedar Reds. For Maple Mountain, it's all about Corbin Bailey and limiting the damage here in inning number 3. 2 runs across in the first, another one in the second. Would love to put up a 0 here on the scoreboard in inning number 3 and give the offense a chance to catch up in this ball game. So count 0-1 to Brecken Campbell. Bailey snaps the throw once again over there to first base. Really trying to limit the run game here of the Reds. So 0-1 pitch. It'd be right at the eyeballs. Count now 1-1 to Campbell. And the Cedar Reds in one of the hardest, if not the actual hardest region in all of Utah. Certainly the hardest region in 4A, as that is going to be slapped over the third base. Double play opportunity for the Golden Eagles, and they cash in. Nice job there by the Golden Eagles to turn 2 on that play. Starts off with Cooper Rollins. Sends it on over to Mike Bennett, who makes the play over there at second base. Send it on over to Erickson, and that's how you get out of a jam. Nice job there by the Golden Eagles defense. That will get us out of the top half of the third inning and send us on over to the bottom half of the third. Gives us a chance to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. Lance Wilson State Farm, Two Jacks Pizza, Clegg Auto, MVP Sports, Mikkel Thompson Hunter Attorneys at Law, and Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing. Matt Hazard once again getting warmed up here for the Cedar Reds, hoping to match what Corbin Bailey just did for the Golden Eagles and put up a 0 on the scoreboard. While we're in between innings here, we'd love to give a shout out to Spanish Fork's #1 fan, Landon. We always appreciate him tuning into our ball games here on Spanish Fork 17. We love you, Landon. We hope that you're enjoying this morning's ball game, and because we've been enjoying it so far, so we hope that you are too. And we always appreciate you tuning in, and we appreciate everyone that's tuning in today on Spanish Fork 17, whether that be on your TV or on our YouTube page. We appreciate you, and hope that you keep tuning in to the rest of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. Again, as you see on our graphic here, again, that's youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Get your friends on it. Get your family on it. Make sure that they click that subscribe button and become a part of our Spanish Fork 17 family. So again, youtube.com/SpanishFork17. Leading things off for the Golden Eagles is going to be Bennett Averett, followed up by Cody Erickson and Cooper Rollins. Again, Matt Hazard on the mound, still here for the Reds in inning number 3, and Averett sends one out into center field. This is going to be good play out there in center field. Torres able to track that one down pretty easily. A little laser shot there by Bennett Averett for out number 1 here in the bottom half of the third. Brings up Cody Erickson now for the Golden Eagles. That one is a foul ball, going to be off the bat of Erickson for strike 1. Erickson struck out looking in his first at-bat in this ball game, definitely seeking different results in at-bat number 2. Now we're going to be up at the helmet level. Count moves to 1-1. After that, fastball high by Hazard. This one fouled away, able to get a piece. Count now moving to 1-2 on Erickson. The lone run in this ball game for the Golden Eagles, a bases-loaded walk by Cooper Rollins, who is due up next. They've left 5 runners on base in this ball game already, left the bases loaded in inning number 1, and left runners on the corners in inning number 2, and not the best start to inning number 3 is that's a strikeout there by Cody Erickson, so struck out twice so far in this ball game. So a line shot by Averett, caught out in center, and a strikeout of Erickson so far. So 2 outs in the bottom of the third, and digging in now Cooper Rollins, who again has that RBI walk in this ball game. That is the lone run for Maple Mountain. A slow curveball just beyond the glove of the Reds' third baseman. So Rollins with a walk in inning number 1, and now a single here in inning number 3, hoping to spark a 2-out rally for the Golden Eagles. We'll bring up Corbin Bailey, pitching today for Maple Mountain. Struck out in his first at-bat in inning number 1. It was an unfortunate situation as the bases were loaded at the time. That one is sprayed foul. Bailey with an opportunity to keep things rolling here in the bottom half of the third and cut into this 2-run lead by the Reds. Good jump there by Cooper Rollins, but decided to come on back over to first base. Not quite enough time to potentially get the stolen base there, so count moves to 1-1. That one way upstairs for ball 2. Caleb Chandler due up next for Maple Mountain. Certainly hoping that he will get a chance here. Again, your score 3-1, 2-run lead for the Reds over the Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17. Big swing and a miss there by Corbin Bailey, evens up the count at 2-2. Definitely a challenge pitch there from Hazard, just absolutely blazes in that fastball. That one in there for strike 3. Ends up getting Corbin Bailey down on strikes yet again. Strikeout number 5 in this ballgame for Matt Hazard. Puts up the goose egg here in inning number 3. The score still 3-1. We'll get you the 4th inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We've got the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles up against the Cedar Reds as part of Game 2 of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down here in sunny St. George, Utah. We are on the campus of Desert Hills High School. Always appreciate them hosting this tournament. Always a fun environment as well. Last night's game was absolutely rocking here against the Thunder. They had their PA system out in full blast. We had AC/DC going. We had all of the Thunder noise going on. And we had a softball game right next to us, and it was absolutely rocking. Today's crowd a little bit on the quieter side, but people have been slowly coming in, and it's always a fun environment here at the Desert Hills campus. And we are here in the top half of the fourth inning of this one. The score 3-1. 2-run lead here for the Cedar Reds over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. This one is fouled away. Payson Briggs up right now for the Cedar Reds. And looking at a count of 0-1 after that foul ball. That one is going to just nick the thigh of Payson Briggs. So a hit by pitch issued there by Corbin Bailey, who is in for a fourth inning of work here for the Golden Eagles. Payson Briggs leading things off by getting hit by a pitch. It is now Brock Anderson digging in for the Cedar Reds. After him, it will be TJ Carter. Again, score 3-1 here. 2 runs coming across in the first inning for Cedar off of a 2-run single by Brecken Campbell. The other run for them coming on an RBI ground out by Kason Crandall in inning number 2. The 1 run for the Golden Eagles, an RBI walk by Cooper Rollins, as that one is in there for a strike to Anderson. So a lower scoring game compared to last night's game against Desert Hills. That one ending on a score of 8-6. The Thunder indeed brought the Thunder in that ball game. Lots of offense. As a bunt is laid down by Anderson, it will advance the runner, Briggs, over to second base. So a little bit of small ball here by the Cedar Reds, getting their number 7 hitter over into scoring position with 1 out. It will now be TJ Carter, the designated hitter, up for the Reds. Had a single in the second inning and ended up scoring in inning number 2. It was the run that came across on that RBI ground out by Crandall. That one is going to be in there for a strike. That one just getting, I guess, right at the knees to TJ Carter. So 1 out here in the top half of the fourth inning. Bailey hoping to continue to be in cruise control here in this ball game. He does look over to third base. Oh, they're not able to cleanly field it over there at third base. Nice. It was a good throw over there by Bailey, but just not able to corral that in was Cooper Rollins. Just, I think, maybe thinking about the tag a little too quickly there. What really probably should have been a routine play over there at first base ends up going down as a fielder's choice, and then an error over there at third base by Rollins. Brings up the top of the order for the Cedar Reds. Calvin Slack digging back in. 1 for 1 in this ball game. Had a single in the first and took a walk in the second. Hits that one right down the line in right field. Averett gives chase. Once again loses his hat, and it will be a foul ball. Averett has been busy over there in right field, especially trying to track down these foul balls over there in that end up going right over by the fence. Seen him lose his hat probably about 5 different times in this ball game. Slack digs back in. Count is 0-1 to the leadoff hitter of the Reds. An opportunity here with runners on the corners. That one is going to even up the count here at 1-1. Braxton Torres due up next here for the Cedar Reds. Oh, that one is going to just miss. That one looked like it may have caught that inside part of the plate. Ump says no. Count moves to 2-1 now to Slack. Again, runner over there at third. It's Calvin Slack hoping to bring him in. Payson Briggs at third. TJ Carter at first. On the fielder's choice, and error by Cooper Rollins. Pickoff move. Will be safe. Again, game 1 of a busy day today as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open on the campus of Desert Hills High School. This one is slapped out into shallow center field for a base hit. Looks exactly like his hit earlier in this ball game. As that one is going to be down, and it's going to be an RBI single for Calvin Slack. Just gets that outside pitch and slaps it into shallow center. Moves TJ Carter over to third base and ends up scoring Payson Briggs. Score now 4-1. Just a bit of a slow burn here for the Cedar Reds. Have scored now in the first, second, and fourth innings of this ball game. Have now extended their lead to 3 here in the top half of the fourth. That one a great pitch by Bailey for strike 1 to Torres. Braxton Torres 0-1 on the day. Grounded out to second in his first at bat and took a walk in inning number 2. Another opportunity to continue to extend this lead with runners still on the corners. Pickoff move once again by Bailey. They were able to pick off Torres in that second inning. Got a little bit too big of a lead over there at second base and got gunned down. So 0-1 pitch up coming here to Torres. Laces it out into right field for a base hit. Just beyond the reach of the Maple Mountain first baseman Erickson. Back-to-back RBI singles here for the Cedar Reds. The offense starting to come alive here for them. Score now sitting at 5-1 after back-to-back RBI singles by Slack and Torres. That is going to be it for Corbin Bailey. He will be pulled after 3 1/3 on the day for him. Corbin Bailey's final stats of the day, 3 1/3 innings. 6 hits, 4 walks, a strikeout, a hit by pitch, and was tagged up for 5 runs in this ball game, and he is still responsible for the 2 runners currently on base. Warming up now for the Golden Eagles is Zach Walker. So a streak is going to come to an end at some point at the end of this ball game. Cedar coming into this game without a win, sitting at 0-4. Maple Mountain coming into this game 2-3. Those 2 wins being their first 2 games of the season. One of them coming against this very same Cedar ball club. But then dropped their last 3 ball games, including last night's ball game against the Desert Hills Thunder. It will be up to Zach Walker to keep them in this ball game. Tries to snap that breaking ball in, and it will just miss there for ball 1. Case and Crandall up right now for the Reds with a chance once again with runners on the corners. Was rinse lather repeat for Braxton Torres in this same situation, getting an RBI single just like Calvin Slack. 2 runs coming across here in the top half of the 4th for the Reds to extend their lead from 3-1 now to 5-1. That one in there for a strike. Great pitch. Corbin Bailey chased in this ball game by the Reds bats here in the 4th inning, bringing on Zach Walker, who has a 1-1 count to Case and Crandall. High up in the sky, big pop-up. Erickson calls it, snaps his glove, and that will be out number 2. Pop-up to the Golden Eagles first baseman. Runners will still loom on the corners for the Cedar Reds, and it will bring up cleanup hitter Coulter Bunnell, who is 0 for 1 in this ball game. Took a walk and scored in inning number 1, and then hit a fly ball to the deepest part of the ballpark, right by that 350 mark, but was caught by Hollingshouse for an out in inning number 3. A cleanup hitter in a spot where he certainly could clean up the bases here with a big swing and continue to extend this Cedar Reds lead. Already 2 runs coming across. Nice pickoff move there by Walker. Just gets Torres' jersey a little bit dirtier. Coulter Bunnell with the lone home run hit on the season by the Reds. Certainly showed off some of that power in his last at bat. That one is going to just miss for ball 1. Lawson Black due up next here for the Cedar Reds. He's had a nice ball game, 1 for 1. So yet another pickoff throw. As again, it really just seems like maybe an extra directive here from the Golden Eagles just to maintain the running game. They were kind of doing the same thing in last night's ball game against Desert Hills. A lot of throws over. Now they're going to do a quick snap throw, kind of fake the throw over to third and then went to first. Heard some potential thoughts of a balk there. Says no, as the move did not go towards the plate. So count stays here at 1-0. Bono hoping for a big hit here, and he just might get it. Instead, it is hit right at Hollingshouse on a line, and that is going to end the top half of the fourth inning, but not before Cedar brings across 2 more runs on RBI singles by Calvin Slack and Braxton Torres. They do leave runners on first and third, but do again extend their lead. Score now 5-1 heading on into the bottom half of the fourth inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. They make these broadcasts possible. That is Mikkel Thompson, Hunter Attorneys at Law, Clegg Auto, Two Jacks Pizza, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and MVP Sports. Yeah, we'd like to remind you that this is just Game 2 of the tournament down here at the Desert Hills A Trust Incorporated Open. Last night's game against Desert Hills ending on a score of 8-6 for the Golden Eagles. We've got our ball game right now against the Cedar Reds, and got a couple more matchups coming up for you tomorrow. It'll be the Golden Eagles up against Mountain Crest in Game 1 of Saturday. That'll be at 9 a.m. And then they've got the next game immediately after that will be against Foothill. That one's set to start at 11:30. So a nice busy weekend of baseball here on Spanish Fork 17. We hope that you've enjoyed it so far and that you will continue to tune in and watch more of the Golden Eagles baseball tomorrow on Spanish Fork 17. As Matt Hazard continues to get warmed up here for the Reds, coming in for a fourth inning of work. Has done a good job here against the Golden Eagles offense that put up 6 runs against the Desert Hills Thunder. Has kept them to only the 1 run that scored in the first inning on a RBI walk by Cooper Rollins, as that one is going to be in the dirt and be ball 1 to Caleb Chandler. Be Chandler, Thomas, and Bennett due up here in inning number 4 for the Golden Eagles. Another one in the dirt, so early on 2 balls here to Caleb Chandler. Chandler did strike out in his last at-bat in the second inning. Struck out on a full count. Has done a nice job here in his second at-bat to once again be patient and make Hazard pitch to him as another one goes into the dirt. Count now 3-0 on the Golden Eagles left fielder. Taking all the way and watches that one in there for a strike. 2-1 pitch up coming here from Hazard. And that's going to miss for ball 4. Good job there by Chandler to make Hazard make a pitch. Only made one of them in the strike zone. So that is going to be the 5th walk issued by Matt Hazard. It will prompt a mound visit. So they will discuss what needs to be discussed here in inning number 4. Obviously would love to see Hazard find a way to make it through 4, save the rest of the pitching staff here a bit. Again, when you're in these condensed tournaments like this where you're playing a lot of games in a couple of days, you want to be able to use the guys that you have as your starters as much as possible. Extend out those innings and give your bullpen a little bit more time. Limit the appearances of your guys early in the season. So now be number 9 hitter A.J. Thomas up for the Golden Eagles. Lined out to second base in his first at bat. And Caleb Chandler over there at first after the leadoff walk, and he is off to the races. And he is out. An absolutely great throw there by Kason Crandall. Guns down Caleb Chandler. It's a decent jump there by Chandler, but just a better throw by Crandall. So count 0-1 here to Thomas. Now with one out here in the bottom of the fourth. Oh, and he sends this one out into left field. Able to chase that down, though, and that's going to be out number 2 here in inning number 4. A.J. Thomas short in stature, but popping his bat. He sent a rocket out to second in his first at bat, and that one a pretty good hit ball out to left field. Been impressed with his hits so far, even though they've been loud outs. So with 2 outs here in the bottom of the fourth, there'll be Mike Bennett once again for the Golden Eagles. He's going to watch that one for ball 1. 0 for 1 in this ball game. Slapped the liner out to right field that was caught and took a walk in his second at bat in inning number 2. So he takes another one for a ball, so count now 2-0. Hope that everyone is enjoying the first round of March Madness, and that your brackets aren't completely busted yet. I hope you didn't pick Kentucky, because that was a pretty popular pick for a lot of people. Actually, a lot of people had them going to the Final Four or even potentially winning it all, but instead losing in that 2-15 matchup, which you rarely see. So, yeah, hopefully you didn't pick the Wildcats. This one sent out into right field. The sun is absolutely blaring out there, and his hat came off. That is an unfortunate break. And an even more unfortunate break as Bennett, trying to round second base, catches some dirt there, and actually he's kind of a little shaken up there. That was just a kind of weird play all around as Reds right fielder Payson Briggs lost that one in the sun. Gets past his glove, and Bennett, trying to stretch that thing into a triple, ends up falling to the dirt. It'll go down as a double for the number 1 hitter of the Golden Eagles lineup. So runner in scoring position once again. It'll be Jackson Hollingshouse up now for the Golden Eagles. He's going to lay off that one in the dirt. So 1-0. Hollingshouse 1 for 1 in this ball game. Had a single in inning number 1 as the lone Golden Eagle to score in this ball game. As we get a view of Crandall, who is clearly shaken up, kind of shaking that right wrist. They'll have a coach look at him. Looks like they're looking at his thumb in particular. They bring out the trainer to take a look and just kind of check on the fingers, make sure everything is moving properly, and get him reset. Looks like he's going to be good to go. Heard a couple people from the stand saying rub some dirt in it, and I think that's probably what they did. Usually works, and looks like it worked there for Crandall, so hopefully he'll be good for the rest of the game. Hollingshouse digs back in here for this 1-0 count here in the bottom half of the fourth inning. Score 5-1. 4-run lead for the Reds over the Golden Eagles. Maple Mountain hoping to cut into that lead here with one of their best hitters in the lineup up right now in Jackson Hollingshouse. Nice lead there at second base by Mike Bennett. 1-0 pitch upcoming. He will hold off on that one, and the count now moves to 2-0. Dax DeWitt due up next here for the Golden Eagles. Had a big 3-run home run in last night's game against the Desert Hills Thunder. They certainly could use a big hit from him. Oh, that could have potentially have picked him off if the second baseman had been in spot, but don't think that Black knew that it was coming until it was too late. So another big lead over there at second base by Bennett. 2-0 pitch upcoming from Hazard to Hollingshouse. And Hollingshouse will call time. So again, the story for the Maple Mountain offense has just been stranding runners. They left the bases loaded in inning number 1. Runners on the corners in innings 2 and 3. That one is going to be fouled right by the fence over here. Actually, it was pretty close to me and to some of the fans sitting over here right by the fence. If there wasn't some netting here, someone could have caught that. So count 2-1 to the Golden Eagles center fielder with 2 outs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Oh, man, grooved that one in there. Thought that was going to be a strike. Instead, it is a ball and moves the count to 3-1. So good count here for Hollingshouse to find something that he likes and crush it out into the outfield. Extra bases will score a run here and cut into this Reds lead. Really need the runs here in inning number 4. Sends a blast out to right field. This was danger for Briggs, and it's going to be danger once again as it ends up falling out of his glove. The sun causing absolute trouble out there in right field for him. So it'll go down as an RBI triple for Jackson Hollingshouse. It will score Bennett. That's the biggest hit of the ball game so far for the Golden Eagles, as it is just trouble out there in right field. Unfortunate break there once again for the Reds. Two hits that have been sent out there to right field that just have been hard to track down. Dax DeWitt laces that one right down the line, but it's going to be foul. Oh, that would have been easy extra bases for the number 3 hitter in the Golden Eagles lineup. Instead, the count is 0-1 on DeWitt. Hollingshouse with the biggest hit of the ballgame thus far, an RBI triple here in the bottom half of the 4th inning, scoring Mike Bennett. Dax DeWitt with an opportunity to keep it rolling here with 2 outs. Score now 5-2. Watches that for a ball. Evens up the count at 1-1. DeWitt with the big hit in last night's game. Had a 3-run home run against the Desert Hills Thunder. Sitting at 0-1 in this ball game. He will watch that one. Right at neck level. Count moves to 2-1. Again, beautiful baseball weather down here in St. George as part of this Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. And excited to enjoy more of it tomorrow. Another one that misses high for ball 3. So count now 3-1 to Dax DeWitt. Hollingshouse waiting over there at third base. Base hit will cut into this lead even further. Score sitting right now at 5-2. Base hit by DeWitt will make it 5-3. And they get exactly that. Slaps that one into shallow left. Scores Hollingshouse. Now we're looking at a 5-3 ball game after an RBI single by Dax DeWitt. Becoming a key part of this Maple Mountain lineup. 3 RBIs in last night's game on the 3-run home run. Another RBI here in game number 2. Beautiful piece of hitting by DeWitt. Brings up the cleanup hitter, Bennett Averett. Was hit by a pitch in his first plate appearance and laced one out to center that was caught in the 3rd inning. Oh, man. Swinging out of his shoes on that one for strike 1. Tried to time up that curveball, but just didn't quite get it. And also was a nice lead over there at first base. Thought that DeWitt might have been going on that one. That is actually a speed-up runner for him over there as he's got catching duties today. This one is over the glove. Over the glove of Black and also past Briggs as Averett will pull up for an RBI double. The Maple Mountain offense coming alive here in inning number 4. As Dax DeWitt scores on the RBI double by Bennett Averett. 3 runs coming across in this inning. The score now 5-4, just a 1-run lead now for the Cedar Reds over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles here on Spanish Fork 17, and that is going to be the hook. Pretty solid appearance there for Matt Hazard, his second appearance on the mound in the season. He'll get through 3 2/3.
37 batting for 2. 37 for 2.
There'll be a pitching change here for the Cedar Reds. Again, really other than kind of a one little blow-up inning here in the 4th inning, Matt Hazard with a very, very solid pitching appearance for the Cedar Reds. They definitely have got to be encouraged by that one as opposed to his last appearance where he gave up a home run in just a third of an inning. So warming up now for the Reds is Quade Mackert. This will be Mackert's first appearance on the season. And we actually have a pinch hitter as well for the Golden Eagles. So it'll be number 37, Jordan Hollingshouse, coming in to pinch hit for Cody Erickson. He's going to foul that one away. Erickson struggling to see the ball in his first couple of bats, had struck out twice. So bringing in Jordan to get some fresh eyes in and hopefully cash in on a big 2-out rally here in the bottom half of the 4th inning. 2 runs coming across so far. 3 runs coming across so far in this inning for the Golden Eagles. Gets a piece of it, sends it over towards the batting cages down that left field line. The count is now 0-2 on Jordan Hollingshouse. Again, a view of Bennett Averett over there at second base, right there in scoring position. The tying run over there. Hollingshouse coming in a big situation here for the Golden Eagles. Opportunity here to tie this ball game up in inning number 4. 0-2 pitch up coming. Waves at it for strike 3. What an absolute pitch there by Quade Mackert to get them out of the jam. But not before the Golden Eagles put across 3 runs. The score now 5-4. A real close ball game here on Spanish Fork 17. We'll get you inning 5 when we come back.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson & Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. We are in inning 5 of this matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Cedar Reds as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open here in St. George, Utah. We are on the Desert Hills High School campus. It's been a real fun one here on Spanish Fork 17. The score 5-4 in favor of the Cedar Reds over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Golden Eagles able to roar back in this game, though. They just scored 3 runs in the bottom half of the 4th inning. Were aided by a little bit of sun help as a couple hits went out to right field that just got past the glove of the Cedar Reds right fielder, as the sun has certainly played a factor out there for the right fielders. You could really tell as he was trying to do everything he could to get his hat in position, glove in position to see the ball, and unfortunately for him, ended up causing an RBI double for Mike Bennett and an RBI double for Jackson Hollingshouse. Dax DeWitt then getting a single, and Bennett Averett coming in and cleaning things up. So RBIs for Hollingshouse and DeWitt, runs for Bennett and Hollingshouse and DeWitt, and an RBI double for Bennett Averett. Unfortunately, they brought in a pinch hitter for Cody Erickson, but Jordan Hollingshouse ending up going down on strikes to end the inning, so leaving Averett over there stranded at second base. Oh, good slap shot out there to center field. Hollingshouse backing up, and he will get it. Yeah, solid contact there by Lawson Black, but not quite enough of it to get over the head of Hollingshouse, so that'll be out number 1 here in inning number 5. Zach Walker on the mound for the Golden Eagles, came in relief of Corbin Bailey, who was chased in the last inning by the Reds. Well, that is a great pitch in there for strike 1 to Brecken Campbell. Campbell with a 2-run single in the first inning. Grounded into a double play in his second at bat in inning number 3. He's able to check his swing there. Count moves to 1-1. So again, score 5-4. Reds over the Golden Eagles. This is a rematch of a game earlier in the season that the Golden Eagles won 10-7. So the count now moves to 1-2 after that solid pitch by Walker. Reds seeking their first win of the season. Golden Eagles seeking to snap a 3-game losing streak, as if they can complete the play, which they do. That is going to be a strikeout of Brecken Campbell for out number 2 here in the top half of the 5th. We'll bring up Payson Briggs for the Cedar Reds. Looks like it'll actually be a pinch hitter here. Actually, I think this is a defensive replacement, as Briggs was the one that was having trouble out there in right field. It'll be Kyler Callister that's up. Looks at that one for a strike. Count is all even up here at 1-1 for Callister. So again, Callister coming in here for Payson Briggs. And he's going to line that one out. That is going to be the quickest half inning of this ball game so far. 3 up, 3 down there for Zach Walker in quick fashion. As Kyler Callister lines out, puts up a 0 on the scoreboard. The score's still 5-4 here in the top half of the 5th inning. As we move on over to the bottom half of the inning, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. That is Two Jacks Pizza, Lance Wilson State Farm, MVP Sports, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, Mikkel Thompson Hunter Attorneys at Law, and Clegg Auto. It'll be Quaid Mackert once again warming up for the Cedar Reds. Came in relief of Matt Hazard, who was chased after 3 2/3. Came in and got the strikeout of Jordan Hollingshouse, who was pinch hitting for Cody Erickson. Had an opportunity with Bennett Averett over there at second base. But yet another Golden Eagle left on base in this ball game. A lot of those in this one. That will certainly be something that might haunt them if they end up losing this ball game, is how many opportunities they had with runners on base that they didn't quite get to cash in on. So it'll be hitters 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup for the Golden Eagles. Cooper Rollins, Corbin Bailey, and Caleb Chandler. This one's going to be hit foul by Rollins. So 0-1 to the Maple Mountain third baseman, who is 1 for 1 in this ball game. Had a bases loaded walk in the first inning and laced a single in his second at bat in inning number 3. So solid game at the plate so far for the number 6 hitter in the lineup. This one is slapped out into center field. But nice job there to chase that one down for out number 1. Good play out there by Torres. Yeah, certainly not going to be sad about that contact, though. Well hit ball there by Rollins, just unfortunately right in the range of Torres. So quick out here in the bottom half of the 5th inning brings up Corbin Bailey. It's going to be a one hopper over there to the shortstop, and nice play. So an 0 for 3 day at the plate for Corbin Bailey. It will bring up Caleb Chandler, who's 0 for 1 in this ball game. Struck out in his first at bat in the second inning and took a walk in inning number 4. Got caught stealing. Great throw by Crandall on that one. So needing something to spark the offense here in inning number 5. Try to tie this ball game up. He's going to lay down the bunt. That was his specialty against Desert Hills, and it works again here against the Cedar Reds. I don't know if they didn't read the scouting report, but he had 2 bunt singles in last night's game against the Thunder, and man, that one was picture perfect. Places that one right in between the pitcher and third baseman. They had no chance on that one. So another bunt single for Caleb Chandler. Brings up A.J. Thomas, who's had 2 well-hit balls here in this ball game. Both caught, though, a liner to second and a line out to left field. That one in the dirt. It is going to squirt away super far from... That's going to squirt away from Crandall big time. That one just absolutely just leaked well off of him, and they are going to try to motion Chandler back over to second base. Looks like there's going to be discussion between the home ump and the field ump. So at the very least, Chandler will be over at second base on the wild pitch, but we'll see what happens here if they will grant him third base. Looks like they are going to have him move back to second, saying that he was not advancing at the time of it getting out of play. So he will stay over there at second base. So count 1-0 here to A.J. Thomas. Again, playing short today with Corbin Bailey being the starting pitcher in this one. So Mackert with the 1-0 delivery. Instead, he will step off the rubber. Thomas with an opportunity here with the runner in scoring position. He unloads one out into center field and absolutely launches his bat. Very upset with himself. And that is going to be the end of the 5th inning. The score stays at 5-4. A clean inning for both teams. We will get you the 6th inning when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport: paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. It is inning 6 of this matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Cedar Reds as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. Score is 5-4, a 1-run lead for the Reds over the Golden Eagles. Again, this is a rematch of a game earlier in the season. The Reds losing that one 10-7 to the Golden Eagles. Both teams looking to end losing streaks as part of this ball game. The Golden Eagles have dropped their last 3, and it's been a bit of a rough start to the season for the Cedar Reds. But with an opportunity here to put their first W on the board of this young season. That one is going to be taken inside and high there by Brock Anderson. Instead, that one will snap down nice low and inside for strike 1. Zach Walker so far doing a nice job in relief for the Golden Eagles. Oh, just not able to check his swing, fooled on that one pretty hard. So 1-2 count to Brock Anderson. Able to just get a piece. Just gets a piece of that one to stay alive here in this 1-2 count.
Stay alive, baby. Stay alive. Put it in play. Make it work.
That one just misses, so count evens up here at 2-2. It's been a steady diet of runs here in this ball game for Cedar Hills. 2 runs in the first, another one in the second, and 2 in the fourth. That one is in the dirt for a full count now to Brock Anderson. For Maple Mountain, it was a 3-run outburst in the 4th inning, getting themselves back in this ball game. That one is going to miss in the dirt. It'll be the first walk issued by Zach Walker, who again has come in relief of Bailey and has done a nice job so far. Really has limited the damage for the most part for the Golden Eagles. Bring up TJ Carter, designated hitter today for the Cedar Reds. Is 1 for 2 in this ball game. Has scored twice though, because he had a single in his first at bat in the 2nd inning, and then got on a fielder's choice as there was a throw over to third base that ended up not being able to complete the play. That was a solid pickoff move and a great tag over there by Hollingshouse, but just a bit late on it. To count is 0-1 to TJ Carter. Safe once again. And getting that jersey all sorts of dirty now. They were commenting at him earlier as he was getting ready for his at-bat. It's like, hey, let's get that jersey dirty. And, well, he's done exactly that now with getting over there to first base and sliding a couple times. Again, both teams with solid jerseys in this ball game. I really like the look of these white jerseys for the Reds, and the color combo of the maroon and gray has been real clean here for Maple Mountain, as well as they are able to lay the tag. Nice job there by Thomas to lay the tag down there on Brock Anderson, so he is going to be picked off. Again, these jerseys for Maple Mountain, they've got pinstripes on the gray pants, which looks super great, and then just this clean maroon top with the hats as well. Just a great look. The numbers pop really well, too, on this particular jersey, as that one is in there for a strike. So 1 out in the top of the 6th, score 5-4, 1-run lead for the Cedar Reds over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, an 0-2 count. This one's going to be up in the sky out in Dangerland in right field. That's where the sun has just been such a factor out there in right field, as that one drops right in front of the Maple Mountain right fielder, Bennett Averett. It's so hard to track out there right now with the sun. Even with sunglasses, it's been just a struggle out there. So that one will drop down as a single for TJ Carter here with 1 out in the top of the 6th. Then it brings up the top of the order once again. It'll be Calvin Slack, who's had a nice day at the plate. 2 for 2, 2 singles and a walk in this ball game. Has been left at third a couple times in this ball game. It does have 1 run. That one will miss for ball 1. It's kind of been a storyline for both teams, honestly, as there's been a lot of runners left on base in this ball game. Teams have done a good job of working deep into counts. A lot of walks in this ball game, but both teams have struggled when the runners have been in place. As Slack gets hit by the pitch there and gets some jeers from the crowd over here, as he had that really big elbow pad on. It certainly saved him from a fair amount of damage on that particular play. That one hit him square for sure. And he jokingly hustled down that first baseline. Kind of fun. So TJ Carter sitting over there at second base now in scoring position. Slack at first base. Brings up number 2 hitter Braxton Torres, 1 for 2 in this ball game. Another one that has taken a walk and then had a single in the 4th, did ground out to the second baseman in his first at bat. A little conference meeting between coach and hitter, and just talking some potential situational hitting. Again, runners on first and second here. Definitely an opportunity here for the Reds to maybe do some small ball, move both runners into scoring position. Again, Torres, one of the better hitters in this lineup, so certainly a spot where you almost just want to maybe see him swing freely. Instead, he is going to show bunt, and then he's going to take a nice, healthy cut at it. So count now 0-1 after the big swing there by Torres. I like the idea there of showing bunt and then swinging for it. As you just had that conversation with coach, it's like, oh, are we doing small ball? Are we? So you kind of put in the brain of the defense that they're potentially needing to guard against the bunt, and instead you then pull it back and try to rip one. Fortunately misses on the swing. Count now 1-1 after that pitch. Again, we are in the top half of the 6th of this one with 1 out. The Reds with a 1-run lead, but threatening here with runners on first and second. Walker with the pitch, and it is going to miss. Count moving to 2-1. Back in this ball game with that big fourth inning, but now in danger of Seeing the Reds extend their lead. Good job by DeWitt to keep that ball from squirting further past him. Count will move to 1-0 on that pitch to Case and Crandall. Crandall 0 for 3 in this ball game, but he does have an RBI as he grounded out with the bases loaded to extend Cedar's lead earlier in the ball game. High in the sky, pop up. It's in a dangerous spot, and Thomas just not able to get to it. They do get the out over there at third base, but it goes down as a sacrifice fly there for, not a sacrifice fly, it'll go down as a single for Case and Crandall. So 2 RBIs in the game for Crandall. RBI single here in the 6th inning. Does extend the lead here for the Cedar Reds to 6-4. Torres over there at second base. Slack thrown out at third due to it being a force. And TJ Carter will score on the play. So now a 2-run lead for the Reds with 2 outs in the top of the 6th. They are going to bring in a speed-up runner for Case and Crandall as he's on catching duty today. So it's Jackson Burgess over there, pinch running for him. Cleanup hitter Coulter Bunnell up now for the Cedar Reds, 0 for 2 in this ball game. 2 well-hit balls that have been caught for outs out there in center field. A fly ball in the 3rd and a line out in the 4th. So count 1-0 to the cleanup hitter for the Cedar Reds, and in a spot here to potentially extend the lead even further. 1 run coming across here in the top half of the inning. Going to slap one right down the third base line, but foul. Just a little bit early on that particular pitch. Moves the count to 1-1. For Maple Mountain, it's going to be the top of the order in the bottom half of the 6th inning, so certainly an opportunity for them to get the offense to continue rolling after a big 4th inning. That one in the dirt. Good job by DeWitt. Count moving to 2-1 after that pitch. It's been a busy day for both catchers, as a lot of the pitches in this ballgame have tended to be low and in the dirt. So it's a big fundamental day for both catchers, getting your glove down and using your chest protector. That one grooved in there for a strike. That's a great pitch there by Walker to reestablish the strike zone. Count moves to 2-2. So 2-2 count with 2 outs here in the top half of the 6th inning. A 2-run lead for the Reds over the Golden Eagles. Runners on 1st and 2nd, so still an opportunity here for them to extend the lead with Coulter Bunnell up. It's going to be in the dirt. The count goes to full on the Reds. Cleanup hitter playing third base today. Again, 2 hard hit outs in this ball game for Bunnell. Certainly has the power to give them an extra base hit here and extend the lead. Instead, it's going to be in the dirt, and we've got bases loaded once again for the Reds. Walker, for the most part, has had a solid game in relief of Bailey for the Golden Eagles, but just really struggling to find the strike zone, particularly here in the 6th inning. Has now issued 3 walks in this inning, along with hitting Calvin Slack with a pitch. That one is going to be taken for ball 1 by Lawson Black. Black 1 for 2 in this ball game. Walked in his first at bat, hit a single in the 3rd, and flew out to center field in his last at bat in the 5th inning. So Walker in a bit of a jam here with the bases loaded. 2 outs in the top half of the 6th inning. This could be a pretty big make or break moment here for the Golden Eagles. Should Walker be able to find his way out of this jam, it's still only a 2-run lead for the Reds, and they've got the top of the order coming up for them in the bottom half of the inning. So an opportunity to get a rally going and score some runs. But should they give up a base hit here to Lawson Black, potentially 2 runs coming across, that extends the lead to 4, and then you're kind of digging yourself a hole that you might not be able to get out of in just 2 innings. Black sending it way out into left field. It is able to be tracked down in foul territory. A big break there for Zach Walker. Good job out there in left field by Caleb Chandler to track that down. And Walker gets out of the bases loaded jam. A big moment for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Cedar is able to scratch 1 more run across, so the score is now 6-4 as we head on over to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17. That is Lance Wilson, State Farm, 2 Jacks Pizza, MVP Sports, Clegg Auto, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, and Mikkel Thompson and Hunter, attorneys at law. Just a reminder that this is Game 2 of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Took a loss in Game 1 against the Desert Hills Thunder last night, 8-6. An opportunity here, only down by 2, to sneak in a win here against the Cedar Reds, and then a doubleheader to start things off tomorrow morning. 9 o'clock game against Mountain Crest and an 11:30 game against Foothill. So 4 games here this weekend for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles, all of them here on Spanish Fork 17. Very excited to get you coverage of that. It's been a fun weekend so far, and excited for 2 more games on Saturday as see Quaid Macker continuing to get warmed up here for the Reds. It's going to be the top of the order here for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in the bottom half of the inning. So Mike Bennett, Jackson Hollingshouse, and Dax DeWitt due up here for Maple Mountain. They're needing to scratch across some runs here if they can. Mackert with the first pitch, and it is slapped right up the middle, and it will be just beyond the glove of Black, so it'll be a leadoff single for Mike Bennett, who's had a nice day at the plate here for the Golden Eagles. 2 for 3 in this ball game, and a walk. So it's been on base 3 of his 4 plate appearances. You'll definitely take that from your leadoff hitter. Brings up Jackson Hollingshouse, who had an RBI triple in his last at bat. He will lay off of that pitch for ball 1. RBI triple, a single, and a walk. So 2 for 2 in this ball game. And has also scored twice in this ball game. Really has been a key component in this Golden Eagles lineup. He's going to take a healthy cut at that one, and will miss for strike 1. Hollingshouse, one of the few holdovers from last year's lineup, was a key part of last year's 5A state runner-up team that lost in a 3-game series to Spanish Fork. Was second on the team in RBIs last year, and certainly would love to see him be at the top of the leaderboard once again, as he's going to take that one for ball 2. And doing his job so far in this ball game with that RBI triple. Dax DeWitt due up next here for the Golden Eagles. Bennett Averett in the hole. Both guys with RBI hits in this ball game. This thing is going to be hit towards the shortstop. An opportunity to turn 2. Instead, the ball sails. Ball sails there on Black, so they are not able to turn 2. So Jackson Hollingshouse will get on base. Mike Bennett will be thrown out over there as second base. So a throwing error there on Lawson Black leads to Hollingshouse sitting there at first base. So 1 out here in the bottom of the 6th inning, and it brings up Dax DeWitt. 1 for 2 in this ball game. Did have an RBI single in his last at bat in that 3-run 4th inning, and then had the big hit in last night's ball game against Desert Hills. That one in there for a strike. A 3-run home run out to center field. So digging back in and hoping to keep the offense rolling. Laser shot right over there at third base. Goes off the cleat of the third baseman, Coulter Bunnell. So a single once again for Dax DeWitt. Gets Hollingshouse over there to second base. So 2 runners on here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Brings up Bennett Averett once again for the Golden Eagles. Had an RBI double in inning number 4, again part of that 3-run 4th inning for Maple Mountain that got them back into this ball game. Was a bit of a beneficiary of the sun, as the Reds right fielder had 2 hits that he really struggled with out there in that particular inning. That one grooved in there for strike 1 by Mackert. Maple Mountain hoping that their cleanup hitter can come through in a big situation here in the bottom half of the 6th inning. They really need to get some runs across, get themselves back in this ball game with sitting at a 2-run deficit here in this 6th inning. Takes that one inside. Count evens up at 1-1. So 1-1 pitch up coming here from Mackert. Averett shows bunt, goes for it, but just gets a piece of it and hits it foul. Count now 1-2. Oh, an interesting thought there, having your cleanup hitter try to play some small ball. Shows bunt. I like the idea. Getting 2 runners in scoring position is never a bad thing, and maybe even catch the defense off guard. Instead, swings through that high pitch. Mackert getting the strikeout of cleanup hitter Bennett Averett. Now it's going to be 2 outs here in the 6th inning for the Golden Eagles. Brings Jordan Hollingshouse up for Maple Mountain. Came in to pinch hit for Cody Erickson in inning number 4. Ended up going down on strikes with Averett sitting over there at second base. Instead, now he's up with Jordan Hollingshouse over there at second base and Dax DeWitt at first. He's going to get popped up. Crandall calls it and makes the play. Nice job there by Case and Crandall to secure that one. Gets that in foul territory. Able to limit the damage here. The score still 6-4. A 2-run lead for Cedar as we head on over to the 7th inning, which we'll get to when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17, inning number 7 of this tight matchup between the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles and the Cedar Reds as part of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open down here in beautiful St. George, Utah. It's been a fun one here, been a real tight ball game. Cedar Reds able to kind of jump out in front in this one. Maple Mountain scratching their way back, making it a 5-4 game after a 3-run fourth inning. Reds able to put another run across, though, in the top half of the sixth inning to extend their lead. Looks like we do have a new pitcher on the mound here for the Golden Eagles. And a solid relief appearance for Zach Walker, 2 2/3. The wheels kind of came off a little bit for him in that sixth inning. Walked a lot of guys and ended up hitting a batter as well, but otherwise pretty solid effort from Zach Walker. It'll be Sawyer Leafson now in to pitch for the Golden Eagles. Some solid contact, but foul there by Braxton Campbell. Campbell on the game, 1 for 3, a 2-run single in his first at bat, grounded into a double play in his second, and struck out in his last at bat. Watches that one right around the knees for ball 1. It'll be Braxton Campbell, Kyler Callister, and Brock Anderson due up here for the Reds. Ooh, a little bit of chin music there. Nice and high and tight there. That'll clear out the sinuses, that's for sure, as the count is now 2-1. Slapped right over towards the third base line. It is going to be fouled just a couple inches to the wrong side of third base. So count now evens up at 2-2 to Braxton Campbell. So again, a tight ball game here on Spanish Fork 17. Just a 2-run lead here for the Cedar Reds over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Another pitch upcoming there. It is going to be a ball. So full count now to Braxton Campbell. A lot of full counts in this game. A lot of walks issued in this ball game. As clearly there was a mandate by each offense to make the pitching staffs work, and there's yet another one. So Braxton Campbell makes his way on over to first base after yet another walk issued by the Golden Eagles pitching staff. And was an issue early on in the game for Corbin Bailey, who issued 4 walks. 4 walks given up by Zach Walker, and now another one here by Sawyer Leafson. So 9 total walks in this ball game. As that thing is popped up and caught, it's going to be a potential, there it is, double play, as Kyler Callister is popped up there on the bunt. And then the throw on over from third base to first base to double up Campbell. So 2 quick outs here on that double play. It'll be Brock Anderson now up. That one grooves in there for strike 1. Anderson on the ball game, 0 for 2, struck out in his first at bat, grounded out to the pitcher, trying to advance the runner, which he did in inning number 4. And then walked in the 6th inning, but was gunned down on a pickoff move. So 0 for 2 here. 0-2 count. They are going to appeal, and they are going to say he went. So nice strikeout there to end the inning. Sawyer Leafson comes in and mows him down 1-2-3, exactly what the doctor ordered for the Golden Eagles. Now needing to score 2 runs here in the bottom half of this 7th inning. While we've got some time here, gives us an opportunity to thank our sponsors here at Spanish Fork 17 that make these broadcasts possible. That's Clegg Auto, McKell Thompson and Hunter Attorneys at Law, Lance Wilson State Farm, Triple T Heating, Cooling, and Plumbing, MVP Sports, and 2 Jacks Pizza. It is about lunchtime, so a 2 Jacks Pizza would not be the worst thing in the world right now. We did just go eat at Black Bear Diner this morning, which was absolutely fantastic. If you've not had the Bigfoot at Black Bear Diner, I invite you to go do that at some point. If you enjoy country fried steak and gravy, it's where it's at. So I enjoyed it. Our crew, a lot of our crew had it as well, and it was absolutely fantastic. It's one that we go to pretty much every time we come down here to St. George. So I'll just put in a little plug there that, as you can see, yes, thumbs up and bellies are full from our trip to Black Bear Diner. It really was absolutely fantastic. Gives us all the energy we need to do our broadcast here on Spanish Fork 17. So some 2 Jacks Pizza and some Black Bear Diner. I love it. I absolutely love it. As we head down the home stretch here in inning number 7, it will be due up here for the Golden Eagles. We have Cooper Rollins, Corbin Bailey, and Caleb Chandler, 6, 7, and 8 in the lineup here for the Golden Eagles. As Rollins will watch that one in there for ball 1. A solid relief effort here in this ball game by Quade Mackert, who has not made a pitching appearance yet on the season, but has certainly made an impression on me. I think he's done a fantastic job here in relief for the Reds. Really came in that 4th inning, quieted things down after a 3-run outburst by the Golden Eagles, and has then, for the most part, pretty much silenced these Maple Mountain bats. The count is now 2-1. Make it now 2-2 after that foul ball by Rollins. So a streak is going to end here at the end of this ball game, whether it be the 3-game losing streak by the Golden Eagles or the 4-game one by the Reds. And right now it's looking like it's going to be in favor of Cedar as Mackert gets Rollins to look at that pitch for strike 3. So 1 out here in the bottom half of the 7th inning, and it will bring up starting pitcher in this ball game, Corbin Bailey, who has struggled at the plate, has struck out twice and grounded out to short in his last at bat. So 0 for 3 on the ball game. It's actually going to be a pinch hitter here for the Golden Eagles. It is number 13 coming in to pinch hit. That was Sawyer Leifson, who came into this ball game to pitch. So he moves into that spot in the lineup and grounds out. So now 2 quick outs here in the 7th inning as Leifson grounds out, and it brings up Caleb Chandler. Looks like they now finally have seen the scouting report on Chandler as the third baseman has encroached in. Slaps this one hard out in the right field, though. Looks like it's going to be extra bases here for Caleb Chandler. Rolls all the way to the right field fence. Chandler on his horse trying to get over to third base, and he will be up with the stand-up triple. Caleb Chandler slaps that thing right down the first base line, rolls all the way to the right field fence, makes his way all the way over for a 3-bagger there, a triple T triple by Caleb Chandler. Nice job there to get themselves in a place where they've got the tying run now up at the plate in A.J. Thomas. 0 for 3 in this ball game. He's going to foul that thing away. So count now 0-1. A lot of solid contact here for A.J. Thomas, even though he's been 0 for 3. Had a real nice shot out to left field that got caught. Was a little upset with himself in the last at bat with a fly out to center. He's going to watch that one in there for ball 1. Should Thomas reach base, it will be the top of the order once again for the Golden Eagles with Mike Bennett, who's been pretty hot at the plate today. Slaps this one, and it's going to be down in right field. Beautiful little bloop single there by A.J. Thomas, and this game just got interesting. Nice little piece of hitting there by A.J. Thomas. Little bloop single out to right field. And we've got a one-run ball game here, 6-5 now. So now the tying run over there at first base, the winning run at the plate in Mike Bennett. He's going to watch that for ball one. That one looks like it just misses that outside part of the plate. So 1-0 count here to Mike Bennett. 2 for 3 in this ball game. Had a double in the fourth, was part of that 3-run fourth inning. Also has a single in his last at bat and did take a walk in the second inning. Doing a nice job here of being patient at the plate here with this 2-0 count. Thomas thought about the steal there. Had a decent jump. Decides to head on back. So count is 3-0 to the leadoff hitter for the Golden Eagles. Bennett is going to watch that one in there for strike one. Definitely was taking all the way. Definitely don't want to risk a potential base runner by swinging at something you don't want. Slaps this one out into center, and it's going to be a base hit. The Golden Eagles trying to rip and roar their way back into this ball game. Thomas will move on over to second. A 3-for-4 day for Mike Bennett at the top of the order for the Golden Eagles. Brings up arguably their best hitter, Jackson Hollingshouse. An otherwise solid outing so far for Quade Macker, potentially in jeopardy here. Has already given up a run here in the bottom half of the seventh. Maple Mountain chomping at the bit here with the tying run in scoring position, and one of your big hitters, Jackson Hollingshouse, coming in here in this key situation for the Golden Eagles. He will take that for strike one. Hollingshouse on the day, 2 for 3. A single, an RBI triple, took a walk. Big situation here. Is able to hold up. Count 1-1. Cedar Reds contingent not terribly happy with that call. Looks like it was a breaking ball that maybe touched the lower part of the strike zone. Didn't get the call though. 1-1 pitch. Sends it high into the sky. That will most likely be the ball game unless there's some danger out there in right field, which there has been. Instead, it will be caught, and that's going to be the ball game. Cedar getting their first win of the season over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. We'll get you a recap of this one when we come back on Spanish Fork 17.
Hi, welcome to 2 Jack's Pizza.
For the best pizza you'll ever taste and our world-famous cheese sticks, come to 2 Jack's Pizza on Main Street in Spanish Fork or call us for a quick delivery. Are you hungry yet?
If you're looking for a workout, you know MVP Sports is the place to start, and that includes pickleball. MVP Sports has all you need to get active in this growing sport. Paddles, shoes, clothing, and the pickleballs. MVP Sports in Spanish Fork.
The best time to check your furnace is before it fails, and you can rely on Triple T to do the job right. Our technicians are trained every year so you can sleep better at night, knowing your furnace is safe to operate. Call Triple T at 798-7711 to schedule your tune-up today.
At Clegg Auto Body, we pay attention to all the finer details, the small things. You know, a lot of people feel like they want their car quick and fast, but it takes time to get perfection. We work for the customer.
Nobody plans on getting in an accident, but if you do, you can rely on the expertise of Mike McKell to protect and fight for your rights. Specializing in personal injury law, Mike McKell is the attorney you need. Call McKell, Thompson, and Hunter, 801-798-9000.
Jake from State Farm. I would like to formally extend my gratitude for the Russell rate.
There's no special rate. These prices are for everyone.
Consider us square. I made that from memory.
If you want the real deal, contact State Farm agent Lance Wilson today.
Welcome back to Spanish Fork 17. Let's put a cap on this ball game. Cedar Reds getting their first victory of the season, 6-5 over the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles in the second game of the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open. pretty back and forth matchup between both teams. Both teams really hungry for a win in this one. It will be 4 straight losses on the season right now for the Maple Mountain Golden Eagles. Started the season off 2-0, but have since dropped each ball game. They will have a couple more opportunities here in this tournament. They've got 2 ball games coming up later on Saturday that we'll preview here in just a second. But we want to talk about our MVP Sports MVP of the game, which goes to leadoff hitter for the Cedar Reds, Calvin Slack. Was 2 for 2 in this ball game, had 2 singles, took a walk and was hit by a pitch in this ball game, so was able to get on base in each of his plate appearances, scored a couple runs for the Reds, and produced a couple RBIs. So certainly a key part of the Reds lineup, and they hope that he can continue to keep rolling here later on in the season. So your MVP Sports MVP of the game goes to Calvin Slack. A quick shout out to, on the Maple Mountain side of things, Mike Bennett was just as impressive in the leadoff spot for the Golden Eagles as well. Ended his night 3 for 4, had a double, a couple singles, had a RBI of his own as well, and a walk. So certainly was a fun matchup, nice back and forth between both teams. Again, we've got an opportunity for you to watch the Golden Eagles once again coming up tomorrow. We got a doubleheader for you on Spanish Fork 17. It will be Maple Mountain up against Mountain Crest at 9 o'clock. And then immediately following that will be the Golden Eagles up against the Foothill Falcons traveling from Nevada. So two more ball games for you here at the Desert Hills A-Trust Incorporated Open starting at 9 o'clock. So make sure that you're tuning in on Spanish Fork 17 and on our YouTube page. Again, youtube.com/Spanish Fork 17 for our Spanish Fork 17 crew. I'm Andrew LaRose. This has been a fun one here. Unfortunately for the Golden Eagles, they fall just short. The Cedar Reds getting their first victory of the season on a score of 6-5. It's been a blast. We've enjoyed being down here, and we will get you more coverage of tomorrow's doubleheader. Again, tune with us at 9 o'clock tomorrow morning on Spanish Fork 17.